Hello, it's it's me, Queen Sensitivity. Kitty is in the room. He's being very indecisive about whether he wants to go out or in. And I'm like, I can't have the door open because this reading needs to be, I don't know, contained. I don't need to have outside noises. So I feel like that's already a contribution to this reading. As you can see, it's called Who is Trying to Contact You Telepathically and Why? And so I feel like with this being the opening, this could be something that'll resonate throughout all the piles of like this in and out energy. I want to go in, I want to go out, this wishy-washy energy. So I feel like the person that, regardless of which pile you pick, that you're thinking about or that this reading is going to be about, is going to be that person who in the past, most likely, it doesn't matter if it's recent past, like yesterday or 2 weeks ago, in the past they were in and out. So with that being said, go ahead and pick a pile. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. The information will be in the description, okay? And we will go ahead and get started. You will just have to whine, Kitty, because no, I already let you out and you cried to get back in, so you don't have a choice. Here. Pile number 1. How do I do this? How can you see? Can you see this? Let's scoot it back a little bit. There we go. I think this will be better. Hello, pile 1. So, who is this person trying to contact you telepathically and why? So this card, instead of the images like most of the other cards, this one has a word, and the word is smooch. So I feel like this person is a very good kisser. If you haven't kissed them, you like their lips, you would like to kiss them. I feel like you might have daydreamed about their lips before, or they have really good lips, pink and plush and all the things. Pink and plush and all the good things, juicy lips. And I also feel like they make like good sounds, like, you know, the sound of somebody kissing, it's like that sound. And they also you might enjoy the sounds they make when they eat. I know this probably sounds weird and strange, but that's what I'm picking up on. Something with their mouth. You might really like the way that they form sentences when they talk, and the way they form words might be very attractive to you, as well as their profession. I feel like it could be something where they talk. So it could be like a personal trainer, could be a coach, could be a teacher, could be a motivational speaker. I'm really getting like something with athleticism though, like something with the gym or something with working out. And if not, they do work out. This person is something to do with athleticism. They like that. And I feel like you like the clothes that they wear, their athletic leisure, whatever, their athletic attire that they wear is very attractive to you. So this card has a message on there about like it's a written message. But I think we're going to focus, before I flip this over, more on the who aspect. So let's get some more cards, some more descriptive cards. Yeah, let's use these. I don't see why not. Just make sure we cleanse them very well. These energy oracle cards are in for a treat today. So we're looking for pile 1. I keep seeing this romance card. Yeah, we're gonna take all these out. I keep feeling like I need to explain myself. Like, my readings usually aren't vertical and they usually don't show my face as of late. But this is how I saw like spirit encouraging me to record the videos in this way. So here I am. And so I feel like this is something that's a trait of this person. So that's another indicator of like who this person is. Like, they probably over explain themselves to you. like, oh, I was here because of this. Like, you didn't even ask that. I feel like they might have had some sort of relationship in the past. Could be romantic, could have been platonic or a relative of something. I don't know. It's somebody that used to always question them and assume that they had ulterior motives. And so that person would always be like, why did you go? Where were you? Where were you? Like, who is it on your phone? What email is that? Like, who sent you that? Like, what job? And like, always like overly invested in their business. And so now, because of that, this person like automatically over explains. And I feel like that's a sign that they care about you, and they see you in this kind of close, intimate way, because you trigger that like mechanism, that coping mechanism from this past person. Or it could be somebody that's still in their life. Like I said, this doesn't have to be a romantic person that's like their ex. This could be their parent. And if you find that they over explain things to them, it's because you're close to them and you remind them of that same niche of being constantly asked to explain themselves from this person that supposedly loves them. So yeah, clarify this one, please. This one, I feel like another one. Let's get two, and then one for this one. It's this one. So this is somebody, I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like this person is single right now. I don't feel like this is somebody who is not available or in a relationship. In fact, you might already be in a relationship with this person. If you're not, this person is single. This person is open for business. They open for love. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the reason why you clicked on this, even though you probably are already with this person or have some sort of opportunity with this person, is try to like see how they feel about you. Because I feel like they might act and behave kind of anxiously around you, and you might be wondering like, why is that? Like, do they not like me? Do I make them nervous? And I feel like there is this wonderment from you on whether or not this is something that will like last, will have longevity, or something that will be deep. Because to be honest, I'm getting feelings of this person that I knew and that I was attracted to, and it's like, even though I couldn't see any cracks, or I thought I couldn't see any cracks, it still felt like there's something that's not deep. It's shallow. Something that has very like surface level roots. And I feel like you're trying to figure out why. You can't really put your finger on it because this person, I don't know, I feel like they haven't done anything wrong. And from my experience, what I felt like what it ended up being, because that's what I'm picking up on, it's just, it's some people that you're just meant to meet. And they can be wonderful, but it doesn't mean that you'll know them forever. And even if it ends or when it ends in a heartbreaking kind of way, I had to reframe it myself to just be grateful for the brevity of what it was. And you know what? It's reminding me of the song Out of the Woods by Taylor Swift. If you go and watch her Grammy Museum rendition of that song, she goes into more detail about how the song is about this relationship where the number one word to describe it would be anxiety, and it's constantly asking, are we out of the woods yet? Are we done yet? Are we good yet? Is it safe to say this is a real thing yet? And she was saying, even in those relationships that are brief and that are intense and that are lovely, just because something ends quickly or something was shallow it doesn't mean that it wasn't important. It doesn't mean that it wasn't valuable. And so even here, like I said, yeah, it's clarifying. This journey card is this Angel of Balance card, and you can see the Egyptian Kemetic pyramids in the background, and even this waning crescent moon. It's waning, it's a crescent, which is the smallest phase of the moon. This person is someone you have known in a past life. Like I said, I considered this person that I'm talking about from my personal life. I knew that this was a destined connection. This is somebody you were meant to meet. And I feel like even in other lifetimes, you and this person got along very well, were very close, and had a good time. But I do feel like in this reality, because of the way, because this person I feel is most likely a masculine, um, it's just like they won't ever reach their full potential in terms of like getting to know themselves. And if they do, it'll be a long ways off. It'll be like after many experiences have like made them sit down. Because I feel like this person is like I don't know, they have a very like lofty thing to them. It's like I read a lot, so what I'm getting from this is like this is that person in the books that the main character, especially if it's a woman, where she's dating somebody and like there's nothing wrong, 1101 on the clock. There's nothing wrong in the connection, but they're kind of like Abercrombie paper, paper town cut in cookie cutter type of person. It's like there's nothing wrong with them, but then somebody else comes along who has so much more depth and so much more zeal to them, but they still have to leave the other person. An example would be in that in the book series and also the movie series, after the After series. If you watch the first movie, if you read the first book, I'm guessing I didn't read the books, but this is spoilers. It's like the main character, her name is Tessa. She went to college with a boyfriend and he was nice. He didn't do anything wrong. But he was like shallow, and he measured nothing compared to Hardin, the guy she ended up meeting in college. And I feel like that's where you are right now. I feel like you're wondering if you'll meet this other more intense person. But I feel like it's okay to just enjoy this. Like it's a journey. It's somebody you meet along the way, and you don't have to frame it in this negative way if you don't want to. I know, I hear you, but you will have to wait. You will have to wait because I let you out, and then you cried to come back in. Okay? So just be patient. Okay? Last card that we have is the cornucopia. So I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like this person has a lot to offer still. This person might be financially well off, or they just might have access to something. This is something that was also present in the connection in my personal life, where this person had a nice apartment and they had a nice truck, and like they lived in this beautiful area, and so I got to experience that via them. And I feel like this is the message from spirit as well. Like, just enjoy it. Don't try to think about how long this is gonna last or where this is going, or if you're gonna have kids with this person and da 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 da. Because there is this element here of this family. What it means if you meet their family. Don't think, just be in the moment and just enjoy. And I feel like even if it does, end up in flames, as Taylor Swift likes to say, at least you had a good time. At least you got burned. At least you got to heat. I really would emphasize for you not to frame this situation in a losing way, in a victim kind of way, because that's what I did. It took me a long time to just be grateful for it, and I feel like that's what you he about to shake the table down. He's so upset. You have to wait. And then this is also the number 11, so you might end in the number 4, and I just saw 14 on the clock. 14 144 411. You might see a lot of angel numbers around this person, and I feel like that might be another reason why you clicked on this reading, because you're wondering, like, what does this mean? Why I keep seeing these numbers and stuff? And it's because this person is nice, and you're meant to have a good time with them and enjoy. And this is somebody that you know from a past life, and this is somebody you knew well, and this is somebody you got along with well, and it'll be the same here. So I feel like don't ask for it to be more than it is. Don't look for it to be more than it is. Don't really let your expectations go and enjoy the ride. Okay, so smooch. It says, I'm ready to risk it all for you, baby. So the telepathy, like that they'd like to say to you, or that they have been saying to you, is that they want you. And I feel like, again, because this is very a sensual type of thing, they want you in a sexual way. They want to kiss you, they want to make out, they want to touch, feel, lovey-dovey, rub-a-dub. And if you're down for that, they are too. That's what they're saying. So let's get, I'll just pull, I think these are just straight from the top. My mother, father is involved. So yeah, I feel like this is where the happy family is. So if this person, like I said, if they've been distant, or like they have this anxiety about them, or you can just feel this anxiousness about them, it's not about you, it's not for you, it's about their own stuff going on with their family. And this is one of the best parts about flings or things being brief, is that it's not your responsibility to fix them. You don't have to stick around for them to go through these heavy, things. You can just enjoy the bright spots, the bright side of it. Trying to see if I should get one more off the top or what. Yeah. I can love you better, but I heard you love me better. They really like your way of loving them. They like how you do things. They like how you feel. They like your scent, your personalized version of butter, the bread and butter of life. It's like the thicket of life. They like your soul. They like your energy. They like your essence. And this is what they've been trying to tell you telepathically. So if you enjoyed this reading, please go ahead and leave a comment. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Oh, and I am doing personal readings. I'm going to go let the kitty out now. See you soon. Bye. I know, kitty. Pile 2. So I'm hearing there's a dog barking outside, and then I just let the kitty out. And then I also, when I sat down, I was hearing the song Slut by Taylor Swift, 1744. And it's like, if you call me a slut, then let me worth it for no. If they call me a slut, I might be worth it for once. And one of the lines in that song was, everyone wants you, that was my crime. The wrong place at the right time, and break down, and he's pulling me in the world of boys. He's a gentleman. So whoever this person is, I feel they are extremely attractive. 22 on the clock. I feel like everybody wants them, and I do feel like there is some sort of tension. There's some sort of issue in terms of like you, specifically you, and specifically them. It's like if it would have been anybody else, it would have been fine. And it's vice versa. Like if it hadn't been you with them, there wouldn't be much to say about it. And if it hadn't been them with you, there wouldn't be much to say about it. But because it's like it's the two of you, like it's a problem. And it's like the same thing with like Taylor Swift. Because in my mind, I don't know if this is true, and it doesn't really matter if it's true or not. In my mind, the song Slut by Taylor Swift is about Taylor Swift and Harry Styles. And it's like if Harry had been just a normal no-name guy, it would have been fine if Taylor Swift like was dating him. And it's the vice versa. If Harry Styles had been dating a no-name girl, no-name woman, it would have been fine. But because it's like Taylor Swift and Harry Styles, it's like something. So I feel like the two of you have some sort of celebrity, some sort of reputation going on with you, where it feels almost criminal for you two to be together. And I don't think this isn't anything like illegal. This is just in terms of, like I said, reputation and what people assume about you and what people say. There's like this gossipy type of vibe, but I also feel like it intensifies it, because I feel like that's something that you can pick up throughout the album 1989, and even in this song Slut, where she's like, if they call me a slut, it might be worth it for once. Like there's this lore that comes with it that makes it feel even more mysterious and interesting, because there is this, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, this could be like some sort of thing with the boss and an employee, or a client and the professional, like a lawyer and their client, like something like that, where it's like, because of the circumstances or because of who you are, there's something there. So first, who is trying to communicate with you telepathically? There's a message on the back that I haven't seen yet, but let's just go with the images. So we have this face with shades. So again, this is somebody who looks very nice, and I do feel like they look very cool, and I feel like people want them a lot. People are very attracted to them. And this nose in particular looks like a mountain. So I feel like this person might be well traveled, or at least you've seen, some sort of images, some sort of picture of them somewhere, like, I don't know, climbing a mountain or hiking or something, like maybe on their Instagram, or I don't know, TikTok. What do people have? Like Facebook, you've seen, or in their office or at their home, like you've seen a picture of them somewhere and it makes them look cool. You know what I mean? Like those pictures that make people look cool, like, oh wow, like they're so interesting. They've been to like the Appalachian Mountains or something. So we'll get the message from them soon. But for now, we're gonna get, what do they want to say to you? What are they trying to communicate to you telepathically? Should I get those? I think I'm gonna keep it simple. And if I feel another jolt, yeah, no. What's the third one, please? Thank you. So this person is confident. This is not somebody I feel that struggles with like making a move. And I feel like that also makes you nervous, because it's like, you know for a fact this person, like, if they want something, they go get it. And if they think something, they say it. And so you're trying to figure out if you're special to them, because they do this to, like, they talk this way to everybody. So I feel like an example would be like Harry Styles, because I do feel like this person is the masculine, but if not, just, this is an example, Harry Styles. I feel like if I went, for example, and I talked to Harry Styles, I feel like he'd be very nice to me. He'd probably give me a compliment on my hair, or, you know, I'd tell him that I also write songs, and he'd like, you know, we'd chit and chat. And leaving that encounter, I could feel like, oh my God, Harry Styles likes me. That's just because like how he is. He's very charming, and he's confident in this very assured kind of way that leaves no room. Like I feel like he wouldn't stutter, he wouldn't be nervous. And I feel like I always used to wonder that with like celebrities, because they flirt with like everybody, you know, and it's just how they are to be charming. I'm like, how do people who want to date them like know that they want to date them? Because they're celebrities, they have this air about them that's just attractive. And I feel like because of their career, they're kind of like, I feel like subconsciously trained to try to get people to like them. And I feel like this person has that. Ooh, these are coming out fast. Think about them. Yeah, that song. I keep hearing it. All right, at the bottom of the deck is this anxiety card. So I do feel like there is a bit of anxiety on both ends. I want to say your end, 24 on the clock, but I feel like you also have this, like you two are a match, you're equals in this endeavor. You both have this reputable image about you that has the other person like, I don't know, coming up short. So More information on this person. Yeah, the Garden Gate. So I feel like this person was recently in a relationship, or maybe you were, and maybe that's where this idea of like you or one of you or both of you being called a slut, because it might look like, or maybe this is what happened. You jumped from like one relationship, like you had a breakup, and then immediately the next day you were like seen on a date with this person. And I feel like, or vice versa. And I feel like it's just because it's like you can't help it. Like I said, you two are well matched. And again, if you listen to the album 1989, you hear it, this desire, this kind of, I don't know how else to describe it besides like this aura about this person that's just so magnetic. And I think in one of the songs on 1989, Taylor's version, she says, like he parts the crowd like a Red Sea, don't even get me started. He's so magnetic, it should be illegal. Like it's this charm about him. And I feel like they could say the same thing about Taylor Swift. And it's like, everybody wants you. That was a crime. That's the thing. And I feel like with both of these are at this gate. So I feel like one or both of you walked out of a gate, walked out of some sort of commit with somebody else, and now you're at the gate with this person, or they're at the gate with you, and y'all haven't decided whether or not to fully cross it yet. And so that's another reason why I feel like there's gossip, is because y'all haven't nailed it down yet to like say this is what it is. It's kind of up in the air. So I wasn't surprised that y'all got envy. I feel like y'all are the talk of the town. I want to know who y'all are. Please leave a comment. I'm like, who is this? Because it's definitely giving like notoriety. Like people know you. So I don't know if this is like a small town thing, or if you're like famous online or something, or you're well known in your business or in your field or something. It's something like that. And with the fourth chakra archangel Raphael, this is again emphasizing, I feel like your heart might squeeze or your heart might jump when you are around this person. This is just all more ways for you to identify this connection and who is communicating to you telepathically. This is almost telekinetic. I can't speak. Telekinetic. So it's reminding me of that song from Doja Cat where she's like, I ain't even got a type. I want to know what it's called, What It's Like. I just want to go night, yeah. Whoa. Baby, I need to know. It's that song. I go listen to that one as well. It's very musical vibes coming from this. I Need to Know, that song by Doja Cat, where she's talking and explaining. Even that song, You Right, featuring The Weeknd. I feel like she's talking about the same person in these songs, where it's somebody she cannot, like they're on the table for her to have, and she has to have them. And in the song, I believe the song You Right with The Weeknd, she's like, I know I got a man, but I still want you. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's this like slut shaming type of thing where I don't know if you like broke up with somebody else in order to get this person, but it's like, I feel like it's beyond you. You can't help it. It's attraction to this person. So we have, as I picked this up, this other card dropped. Where you at? This Archangel Raphael card dropped when I picked up this one, the Victory. So I do feel like you will have victory in terms of love. And I do feel like it's in this connection. I feel like it'll be harder, like it'll be more difficult and easier than you anticipated it to be. I feel like, I don't know, I'm getting like financial, if you're wondering how something will work, like in terms of finances or business, if this is something to do with a company or something, I feel like it'll be easier with that, and it'll be more difficult in terms of allowing yourselves to make this work amongst the clout of it. But then it'll also work out really well in the bedroom department. So we have appreciation, and we have the Magician and the Mirror, which was in reverse. So again, this is an example of you two being well matched. And I feel like the advice here, or like the warning I'm getting, is to continue, like, make sure you're not putting yourself below this person. You might feel like they outrank you or something, and they might literally outrank you, but they don't, in terms of like who you are, in terms of your personhood, in terms of your status. So yeah, be careful about your self-esteem and how you view yourself. But I also want to say this person does appreciate you, and they really like your curves and the feel of your skin. So that's something that you can be happy about. And my dog is going crazy. A lot of dog sounds in this reading. So I feel like this person might have a dog, or they might have a connection to wolves, or there might be something, I don't know, surrounding them. Dogs mean loyalty. So I feel like this person might be more loyal than you expect. But there might be like this lore around them, or people call them a dog. Like they're a dirty dog. Like they cheat on people, you know, something like that. But the dog also symbolizes loyalty. Like there's some sort of falsehood or duality there. So I'm just going to pull from the top of this pile. And the message you have: you left me haunted. I felt this immediately. This person, when they first saw you, it was like, they might have been speechless, but I feel like they have a good poker face, so you might not even have seen it, might not even have noticed. But yeah, the first encounter, the first time they saw you, they went home and like thought about you. I'll just say that. The next card we have is Let Me Treat You. So I do feel like this person has some sort of financial abundance, has some sort of financial stability, and they really want to treat you and buy you things. I'm hearing lingerie for some people. They really like your skin. They really like your body and how you look with like nothing on. Like even just if you have on a tank top, like your arms, like they like that. You are mine. This person is possessive. Again, that's where that loyalty coming in from the dogs. I feel like I'm hearing that song, I Put a Spell on You, the one from the 50 Shades of Grey intro. They're like, I put a spell on you. Like if they could put a spell on you and like make you like theirs, like like lock you in a room, they would. I'm getting a little bit of 365 days as well. And I'm so sorry I disappeared on you. So if I feel like they feel more guilty about something than you would make them feel. But because they hold you in such high esteem and because they want you so bad, it's like they feel so bad whenever they have to tell you no, or they can't make it, or they have to cancel some sort of date. Like they feel bad about it. So if this reading resonated with you, please leave a comment. DM me if you would like a personal reading, or email me. There's information in the description. If you would like to donate, if this reading was so good, you want to be like, I want to give this girl some money, you can do that. I have links in the description as well. Subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye, pal number 2. All right, pile 3. Whoever this person is, they're more laid back and chill than the first 2 piles. I feel like this peace, like very oceanic, sea like. And then you have this window, and I immediately thought of that film, the Netflix film. The first one is Through Your Window, or Through My Window, and then the second one is called Through Your Window, or Through My Window, Across the Sea. So maybe go watch both of those movies. They're on Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, there's trailers on YouTube. Like it would help you get a sense of what I'm trying to paint. I really like those movies. I'm going to tell you why, because I feel like it's important to this reading. I really like those movies because they have, it's like a intensified version of like the girl and boy next door high school romance. It's like, first of all, it's explicit, it's sexually explicit, but not like extremely, you know, but they have like sex scenes in there, and I feel like it's more realistic, but it's not always shown in those like overly innocent boy meets girl movies. And I also have like these interferences from the parents and stuff like that, and the boy, I feel like they go into more detail about like his toxic family. Like I like that. And I feel like this person who is trying to communicate to you telepathically, I feel like they have a lot going on in their lives, but at the same time not too much, to the point where it's this good balance of like this innocence and how you feel about them and how they feel about you, but also there is real life happening that is functioning in this connection. And this person might also look like the guy from the movie. I do feel like this is a masculine person who is thinking about you, but it doesn't have to be. It could also look like the girl from the movie or the woman from the movie. I think they both have like brown hair, dark brown hair, and like lighter eyes. So that might be something that you both have or one of you has in this connection. I swear, every time I do these readings, I always end up getting like drainage, and I think it's because I use my third eye and my crown chakra so much. So we're gonna continue to get into who this is. So we'll flip over this message on the other side soon that I haven't seen yet. And now we're gonna get more information on who this is. So I'm gonna take these two, splitting them open. Okay. I think I'm just gonna, yeah, just these two. Unless you want there to be one more. Okay. Lord of mercy. Is that the only one? I think I'm gonna leave that one. So yeah, on the bottom it's all tied up, and then you have these two angelic looking people. So I do feel like there's an element to this relationship that is on hold or inaccessible. So it could be long distance. Yeah. The bottom of the deck of this other deck is like this map. And then the movie, the second movie in that series is Through My Window Across the Sea. And it's because they have a long distance relationship, because I think the guy like went across, or the woman, I don't know, one of them went to school like somewhere else, and so they were separated. So there is that element to this connection where there is this distance. And if not physical distance, it could just be that y'all's schedules don't sync up. Like one person could have a day shift job and the other person could have a night shift job. And so whenever the other person is free, the other person is at work. So it could also be that. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like y'all are living far away from each other. It could be that. And it could also be that you can afford to see each other. Like, let's say y'all only live 20 miles apart, but neither of you have a car. Or you can't, or you don't have enough money for Uber. And so it could be something like that, where it's hard to see each other in person. With this woman holding a heart, clarified by the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, I do feel like this connection is very sweet. Like I said, this boy meets girl. And it's also that movie, The Girl Next Door, I feel would be a good movie to like reference this connection off of. Yeah, you might have actually been literally next door neighbors in the past, something like that. But there is an innocence here. I do feel like you both are lovebirds or love bugs, you know, there's certain people in the world who like love, who like to be in relationships, or who like to text and who like to flirt. And there's some people in the world who still believe in like the whole marriage thing. We date, we get the house, like, you know, that whole like Americana type of dream thing. And I feel like both of you have that in common. We have adjacent possibilities, and it's clarified by hostilities. So I will be honest, and I feel like this is also what you know in this connection. There's a lot of uncertainty as to whether or not this connection will ever come into fruition, or if things will ever work out so the two of you can be together. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's up in the air. I feel like it's multiple factors. I feel like even if both of you choose wholeheartedly for this to work, it's still these issues that you can't get past. Like, you can't, like, let's say you want to both move in together and move from the separate places that you are. The money isn't there, you know, or the location isn't available, something like that. Then we have the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So even though there is this distance, I do feel like this is somebody that you talk to often, probably electronically. And I feel like also, obviously, because it's reading telepathically, they do send you a lot of messages. I feel like you can see them in your reality a lot. Like, maybe their last name is Beckett or something. And so, like, you meet like 4 different people within a month with the same last name. Maybe their favorite TV show is Victorious, that show on Nickelodeon. And like, you go to somebody's house and that show is playing on the TV. Like, they show up in your reality a lot, and it's because they like to talk to you. I won't lie, I am picking up on this feeling from their end of like this kind of, how do I describe it? They feel less invested, I will say, than you do. Does not mean they're not invested at all, but they do feel drawn back. And I feel like this might not necessarily be because y'all aren't compatible or because you're not meant to be together. It's just a lack of emotional integrity on their end. You know, some people are just cowards. And I say this in the most loving term as a person who is sometimes a coward. And so instead of like living from their heart and doing what their heart wants them to do, they'll like lie to themselves and like pull back in order to protect themselves. That's what I'm getting from this person. So the message we have here is, yeah, yes, you are special. I would be nothing without you. So yeah, this is like reassurance coming in. And I feel like you can pick up on the kind of lie beneath it. I feel like you've asked them, or you've brought up this subject before, like, are we official, or like, are you really trying to make this work? And they're like, yes, of course. You're so special. I love you. But you can feel the lack of like action and truth behind it. And I would say that you're right. I feel like this person could be doing more. I feel like they could be investing more, but they choose not to out of fear and insecurity. And they might even be like forcing thoughts into their minds, because some people they're this afraid that they will do this. They will force thoughts into their mind, like, maybe I like somebody else more, you know, maybe there's somebody else who's more fitting with this relationship. And I also feel like there is, I don't know, somebody else who just is around them that doesn't really like them. And so I feel like they pick up on like that hate from this other person and sometimes integrate it within themselves, and that'll show up in this connection and how they show up for this connection. So this compass card, it says, I would die for you, just name it. I feel like this is the kind of person who, if you ask them, would give you their kidney, but they wouldn't be able to call you consistently or to keep their promises about a movie date. The next two, I have always loved only you. So I feel like it doesn't matter if this person has had like past relationships. What they would tell you, what they're trying to tell you telepathically, energetically, outside of their words, is like, they feel that you're the first person they've truly loved in terms of romantic connections. And I won't lie, I am picking up on this person's partner that I knew. His name started with a J, and he wasn't the most fit person. I would say, I believe he was overweight. And this has nothing to do with, their level of attraction. But I'm just giving you like more information in terms of like who this could be. This person might be overweight. They might not work out much. They might have, a little bit of difficulty with their self-esteem. And they might not have the best hygiene practices. They may be lacking a little bit in the hygiene department. And this is all stemming from that inner insecurity and not feeling worth it themselves. And this is what I'm saying. It shows up in your own connection. And I feel like they love you more than they love themselves, which is sad. That should never be the case. This person might also have piercings or some sort of tattoo, like some sort of body things. And I recently saw a video of this psychologist, and he was saying the more tattoos a person have, the more piercings, the higher level of anxiety they have. Like that person, if a person has like a lot of tattoos and is constantly like getting piercings and stuff like that, they probably have high anxiety. There's a scientific correlation between the two. I'm tired of fighting. I'm coming home. So I feel like this person does. Oh, I hit this card. This one, the crown chakra. I feel like this person does, and this is probably why you keep being with this person and keep trying to see it through. And it's just like this person I know, this guy, this friend that I had, their connection, where the reason she stayed, from what I could feel, and I don't want to speak from her, but it's like this feeling of like, you stay because there are these waves of like this person really being there and really like loving the hell out of you. Like you can feel it, and then it'll wash away, but then it'll come back in these huge white waves. Like it's like that. Okay, so if this reading resonated, please leave a comment. I am open for personal readings, so feel free to look in the description for information on that. You can DM me or email me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up. You're welcome to donate to me if you really want to give me, if I really like read your life, you want to give me some coins, you can. I have donation links below in the description. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Pile 4, 47, 47 on the time. I'm hearing that song, We Don't Talk Anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. I think it's a song like that by Selena Gomez, but if not, that's how it goes. Like, we don't talk anymore. And there's also that song by Taylor Swift, Now That We Don't Talk. But I'm getting mostly Selena Gomez. I remember it was a song that she did for the 13 Reasons Why soundtrack, and I love that song. But now I haven't listened to it in so long. I used to watch it all the time. I think I watched the music video like 3 different times. I love that song. So look it up, Selena Gomez, the soundtrack, 13 Reasons Why. So I feel like this connection, that's already telling me a lot. You don't talk to this person no more. If you do, this is probably not your reading. If that's the first thing that's coming to my mind, we don't talk anymore. This is somebody you don't talk to anymore. That is who is telepathically trying to communicate to you now. And I feel like this person is like destined for you. I feel like that song that I'm talking about that I can't remember, she was saying, it was like a song. She was like, I would still choose you, is like the essence of the song, Selena Gomez, where she was like, I would choose you over and over again. I feel like that's y'all's connection. Like, it was destined. The way you met was mated. Your mates is what I call twin flames. You're mated. it was destined, it was meant to be. And I feel like even now that you don't talk, you would still do it again. I feel like that might have, the connection that y'all had, the time that y'all had together might have been, for both of you, the best time of your life. And then the number 13, I feel like, is very important in this connection. I feel like the number 13 represents the divine feminine and therefore birth and rebirth. So I do feel like 13 reasons why there is a rebirth that's also destined in this connection. But I also feel like, obviously, with that show, 13 Reasons Why, in the book, this person will have to pull themselves up, because I do feel, and probably both of you have this kind of melancholy, depression type of vibe from both of you. And I do feel like you had the lesser of it, not to, belittle anything you feel, but I do feel like they have more severe melancholy than you do. And I feel like that was the major contributor to the reason why y'all don't talk anymore, was mostly because of their melancholy. So let's look at these two cards. They have messages on the back, but I'm not going to read them until the what do they want to say part. But we have the igloo here, and we have this kind of monk person that looks like a hermit, kind of hooded figure. So this person, I feel like I said, not only have they not been talking to you, but I feel like this person has really been isolating themselves. I feel like they might ghost people often, or just like not respond or not show up. Like, I don't know, I'm seeing a person and they're like, I don't know, in high school or in college, and people are like, hey, let's go out, you're gonna come out this weekend? And they're like, no, I want to stay. Even if this person like is in the corporate world or something, or they work, and their coworkers are like, hey, me and Raquel are all gonna go to the bar and get drinks, and they're like, I don't want to go. Or if they do go, they'll be like, they'll leave earlier, they'll like sit in the corner. I feel like this person is very closed off, and I feel like they have been in hermit mode since you. I would also put out there, I feel like if you and this person were sexually intimate, in any way, I feel like even a kiss, if you two kissed this person, I feel like they haven't kissed anybody since you. They haven't made love to anybody else since you. If they have, I feel like they were very numb the whole time. And since that one or twice time, they haven't. Because it just makes them miss you. I feel like being sexually intimate, it opens up the sacral chakra, which is a very powerful chakra. Obviously, it's the chakra of creation. And that was very flowing with you. When they were with you, was very open, and it connects them. I feel like their whole body just talks to you naturally. And so when they open up any part of themselves, it automatically wants you. And since they can't have you, which I'm feeling is probably their fault, or their choice, so to speak, rather, they just choose to like live closed up, everything closed. But because this reading wanted to be done now, this telepathy reading that I picked up on to do, I feel like this person, it has grown tired of being so closed off. And I will bet you money that one of these cards, or either one from this deck, will say they miss you, because I feel like they miss the hell out of you. So let's see, who is this person? Can you tell me more about this connection, please? I'm seeing like the moon. Ah, shit, this one's gotta go. I'm seeing the moon. This person is like very like Edward Cullen, like mature and like very, pulled back. Like Edward Cullen, like his siblings, they were all like coupled, and like even though they were still separate from the rest of the school, they still were way more social in comparison to Edward, who was the one that was quiet, who said no to all the dates and said no to all the hangouts. And I feel like your person was like that before they knew you, and then they met you, Bella, and they were open. They were basically unrecognizable to so many people in their lives, and then after you, they shut down again even more. Like when Edward left Bella to try to protect her, and he was just like super depressed and like didn't eat, like got very pale. I feel like your person is very pale with this igloo. Yeah, I feel like that's what happened. Like they were already like this before, then they met you and they felt like alive and on fire for the first time, and then after you, it got worse. Yeah, this is a destined connection. Okay. I see you. Get you out. So I knew this card wanted to come out, but it wouldn't come out on its own. Like it had to be forced. Like I had to see it again and pull it out myself. It didn't fly out on its own. And so I feel like this person, your person, requires a lot of like movement from source. Like they require a lot of divine pushing, because if not, they just stay. I feel like they think about you a lot, because this card that didn't want to come out is underneath this caring connection. They think about your memory and your time together all the time. I feel like it's the one thing that like gives them life. There's this movie, I forget the name of it, but it's with Hugh Jackman, and it's basically this reality where you can relive things over and over and over. And spoilers, by the end of the movie, because he lost the girl of his dreams, the woman of his dreams, he just spends his time in this tank reliving all of that romance over and over and over again. And so that's again why I feel like this person needs to be shoved by spirit, because if not, they'll settle. They'll choose less for themselves and just settle for the memories, even though it's like they're half alive. I feel like you keep this person alive. Bless your heart. You really do. Because like I said, this person battles with depression, and them just knowing that you exist and that you love them, that you gave a crap about them, it really is the only thing that like pushes them to move around. I feel like they're like a zombie or like a vampire. Like they're alive, but they're not. We have the healer of the ages, and then it's clarified by attachment. So I feel like this person is a healer, and you might have had different instances where this person healed you. I feel like this person does have long hair, or like long hair for a man, if they are a man, because both of these people do. And it's probably, brown, and they probably have like a beard, mustache, or it's a goatee thing, because both of these people do. Yeah, I feel like this person has healing abilities. However, I feel like they are chained. They're trapped to something. It could be now or their past, or it could be both. I feel like there's something chaining them to a life they don't want. So maybe, for example, I don't know, they signed up for the Marines or something, and now they have this 4-year-long or 8-year-long commitment. And once you sign up to like the government in that way, you cannot back out. You have to follow that through. And so they don't like it. And I feel like the only reason they did it was because they didn't feel good about themselves and didn't think they were worth anything, and that was the only thing that would make them worth something. But now that they don't have you, now like after that, I feel like I'm all over the place. Let me explain this in terms of one example. The Marines. Let's say they didn't feel like they were worth anything, so they wanted to be part of something, to feel something, and so they signed up to the Marines. And then during that intermission period, before they left, or like while they were training or whatever, I don't know, they met you, and then they left you because of that commitment. but they might have, like, I don't know, might not have told you that, but like they left and they stayed committed to it. And then now that they're in it and they have to do it, it's not worth it anymore because they found something else that makes them feel worthy, way more worthy than that. I'm seeing this dragon deck on my bed, so I feel like this person has a lot of dragon energy. Like I said, they're healer. They're very strong and powerful, and I feel like you know that. Just like Edward Cullen, like he's very strong, but like, how strong is a man who wants to die? You know, even if he has this superhuman strength and powers. You know, it's like when Edward was suicidal and like he was gonna go sacrifice himself and show his skin so the Volturi would kill him. It's like, he's so powerful. He's literally telepathic. I just caught that. This reading is about telepathy. And I'm talking about Edward Cullen, whose thing was telepathy. Like, he's so powerful. He's so gifted. How powerful is that person without somebody they love? It's the Jay-Z quote. It's like, what's a star when their most important fan is missing? And that's you. And I feel like there's some sort of commitment that they're attached to. This could be a marriage for some people that they don't want to be in anymore, and it's making them suffer and making them feel like shit because they want to feel alive again with you. And I feel like this person almost sometimes feels weak, like they don't have enough strength to fight. So now we have the World, and it's clarified by action. So I do feel like there will be a pulling through of this person, but I would pray for them and ask, you know, for them to be okay. But like I said, this person is highly coveted, but highly loved, of course, by God, by Spirit, by Source. And so Source is shoving them, and I do feel like they will have some sort of rebirth, a turning around moment, where they will choose themselves. The bottom of the deck here is a temple path, where they will go down the path. They will fight. They will make a change, or Spirit will force them to make a change. And they will have action, which will spur them back to you, which you are their true home. I would say you're their source. You really connect them to Spirit and to life and feeling alive. And I feel like one of the reasons why is because you're their mate. Like, they're supposed to be with you. And when you're not together, it's like you just get weaker. Yeah. But okay. Words, what would they like to say to you? I'm stepping up, but in my own way. So yay! This is just what I picked up on. They're having some sort of turnaround. They are going to have action that will spur them towards you. They're making action, but in their own way. I feel like this person is very slow. I feel like they take a long time. And I feel like they do things in a very thorough way, which slows them down even more. I would say this person is like the Knight of Pentacles, if anything. My flame is still burning for you. So this clarifies what I got at the very beginning of this reading, that this is a mate situation. This is a divine counterpart situation. This is a twin flame situation. You still are like the light in the fucking winter storm for this person. Excuse my French. I had to say it. Like, I just see like this friggin' winter, and it's like very cold, and it's like no warm place in sight. And it's like you are this flame that's in front of them. And every time they try to reach it, they have to take a step forward. And every time they try to reach, like you're making them get through it. You're the light in this dark, wintry, snowy world. So next cards, we have My Heart Belongs to You. This loyalty showed up at the beginning, or did it show up in the cards? Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, they don't want nobody else. It's only you that like even interests them in that way, is what I'm feeling. Yeah, they don't really dig nobody else. It's not really interesting. The odds are ever in your favor. So I feel like if they're saying, if I belong to anybody else, I belong to you. If I'm ever gonna come home, I'm gonna come home to you. If I'm ever gonna stand up for somebody, I'm gonna stand up for you. Like, it's like, if it's gonna be anybody, if it's gonna be anywhere, if it's gonna be anything, it's gonna be you. Okay, and I'm feeling shuffle since this is the last pile. Last thing that this person wants to say. Pile 4. So I lost my bet. None of these cards say they miss you. I remember you from a past lifetime. So I feel like this person is also doing like past life healing, because I do feel like there is something from the past that's not in this reality that's hindering them and making it so hard for them to move. Because it looks like cactus or cacti, and it's like, it's prickly and like the desert. But there's water inside of it. They have to face something. The next card we have is, my wounds are not easy to heal. Yeah, this person, like, they're missing their head. This person, I feel like it's just, they might have a hard time speaking because I can't really describe it, but they just have a hard time. I feel like there's something else. What are they hiding? What is it they really want to tell pile 4? What's being held back? There we go. I'm scared that I'll hurt you. I love our special times. I never forget. I did say that. Stop. I feel like they want to drop everything and just head for you. I heard you in a song, my love. They're sending love songs to you telepathically. There's this person like cleaning or using a weed eater, and there's causing this like extra sound. So I feel like with this happening towards the end of the reading, especially when I know that this person is holding something back, I feel like there is, I feel like a surprise or something hidden from you that I would implore you to dig into. And there's also interference in this connection that I feel is coming from some sort of outside source. But I also feel like it's also coming from spirit. Like, there's something hidden from you on purpose. There's something, it's not aligned on purpose. There's not been reunion on purpose. Like, it's a higher reading. And so in one way it could be like negative people interfered or negative entities, but on the highest scale it's always source, because nothing can stop divine unions. And so there's a reason why. There's a divine timing element to it. It says, no, I don't want to be friends. So again, this person is very clear about how they feel about you to themselves. And I feel like everybody knows it. Like, they only want you, and nothing but you will do. So this is being reading pile number 4. I really hope this helps. I would definitely implore you to get a personal reading from me, because there is something hidden here. I feel like it's to do, dragons. Like, there's so much we don't know about them. There's something that's sacred and hidden. And so I feel like it would need to come up in a personal reading. So I do those. There's information on that in the description. If you would like to donate, if this reading just hit the spot, you're welcome to donate. I have links in the description as well. But please leave a comment if this resonated, if anything, and subscribe if you haven't already. Please give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time. Yeah, this is important. Bye.